Senator Hume.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Defence, Minister Payne. Can the minister advise the Senate as to how the Turnbull Government is strengthening Australia's ability to monitor and protect our borders and contribute to regional security?
The Minister for Defence, Senator Payne.
Thank you very much, Mr President, and I'm very pleased to get a constructive question from Senator Hume in relation to one of the government's key priorities, in which I know indeed she has a strong interest. I can advise the Senate that the government is, as I indicated to Senator Whish-Wilson earlier, further strengthening Australia's ability to protect our maritime interests through the acquisition of the first of 6 MQ-4C Triton remotely piloted aircraft. These aircraft are a game-changer for defence and a game-changer for defence capability. Our maritime area covers approximately 10% of the Earth's surface, which makes the provision of maritime patrol and response across such a vast area certainly a challenging exercise. The Triton itself is going to be capable of missions of over 24 hours on station, while covering an area of over 1 million square nautical miles, which is equivalent to about the size of Western Australia in one activity. It will provide Australia with a significantly enhanced ability to conduct search operations across significant areas of Australia's primary maritime areas of interest, including the Indian, the Pacific and, of course, the Southern Oceans, Mr President. Of note, the Triton is the first high-altitude, long-endurance, remotely piloted aircraft system to be operated by the Australian Defence Force. And it is important to note that there will always be a human remotely piloting these aircraft. I'm also pleased to advise that around $364 million will also be invested into new facilities and infrastructure, which will be constructed at RAF Base Edinburgh and RAF Base Tyndall. The investment is further proof, Mr President, of the Turnbull Government's commitment to creating not just a more capable Australian Defence Force, but also our commitment to Australia's long-term security and our commitment to regional security and stability.
Senator Hume, supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr President. Can the minister advise how else the Turnbull coalition government is strengthening Australia's maritime patrol capability?
Senator Payne.
Thank you very much, Mr President. The Triton, of course, as I've outlined in my earlier response to Senator Hume, is very, very important new capability, but even more importantly, it's going to be working closely in concert with our cutting-edge P-8A maritime Poseidon patrol aircraft. The Poseidon aircraft is currently being introduced into service, with 7 of the 12 already operational. Together, the Triton and the Poseidon will work as complementary systems. They'll significantly enhance our anti-submarine warfare and maritime strike capability, as well as our ability to both monitor and secure Australia's maritime approaches, helping importantly to protect our maritime area from threats such as people smuggling and illegal fishing, very significant issues to our neighbours in the Pacific and in Southeast Asia. When they're fully operational, the Triton and the Poseidon will fly twice as many hours as the P-3 Orions they replace, greatly increasing that ability to monitor our maritime areas. And while the Orions have served Australia well for more than 50 years,
Senator Payne,
it is time for the change.
The answer has expired. Senator Hume, a final supplementary question.
Yes, thank you, Mr President. Can the minister advise the Senate how the Turnbull Government is ensuring that the Triton remains at the cutting edge of maritime surveillance capability?
Senator Payne.
Thank you very much, Mr President. I can advise that as part of the investment, Australia is also going to enter into a $200 million cooperative program with the United States Navy, which is for the development, production and sustainment of the MQ-4C Triton. That follows on from the example of the very equally successful cooperative program that we had with the US Navy for the Poseidon aircraft. This is an arrangement which will enable Australia to work more closely with the United States to develop the capability and to effectively manage both integration risks and through-life sustainment costs. These development programs underscore the depth of our alliance with the United States, which is again underpinned by strong cooperation in defence industry and in capability development. Australia is one of only a very few nations with which the United States has shared the Triton and Poseidon technology, so it is a very important engagement for us. They will also ensure that we meaningfully contribute to the ongoing development of the platforms to remain at the cutting edge.
Time for the answer has expired. Senator